JJ Innovation Girls in the peach, chopping over the steak, baby. Boys and girls, it's 10 minutes after 11, or Lord have mercy. Dyslexic. It's 8:11. It's a little chilly this morning. I was going to do a regular video because I hadn't done one in a while, and then I was like, you know what? It's going to take forever to load that thing, you know. I'm just going to go live and just leg up. All right, so this is the break-in oil, okay? Break-in oil, right? Specifications formulated for high-performance crate engines, right? So, I'm going to give you a little update. I'll probably go live a couple times a day. I got a lot of stuff going on. Keep this short. So, I got everything on. I got the gaskets on. Put the gaskets on the water pump. Got all that stuff torqued. Got the AC compressor. Got the alternator put on. Got the power steering pump. Put the pulley on. Now, let me give you a little tip on the pulley. All right. If you don't have a power steering pump pulley remover for Ford, GM, and Chrysler, there's a few things that you can get at AutoZone. You can buy. And if you're going to work on cars, you need to get them. Okay? Steering wheel puller, power steering pump puller, you know, stuff like that. Invest in yourself, invest in your tools, and go from there. Now, if you don't want to buy one, that's fine. You can go to the parts store. They will rent you one. Basically, you're paying for it. What's up, Budville? Basically, you're paying for it, and when you bring it back, they give you money back. Okay? So, this little handy-dandy tool right here, it screws into right here. All right? Screw it all the way in until it bottoms out. All right? So, it's bottomed out. And then, here's a tip. Take a little bit of purposes and just give it just spray it on the face. You know, just spray it on the face. And then run this right here spins. There's a bearing right there that spins. Run this up. All right? And then hold this with something that's not going to scar nothing. Take a wooden broomstick, a wooden dowel, a rolling pin. Take something and stick in here, and then take your wrench, which it will be I think it's a 17 millimeter, and hold the pulley. I can't do this one-handed, but hold the pulley don't stick a wrench in there because you're going to scar up your daggone new pulley. Don't want to do that. Take a piece of wood, a rolling pin, a dowel, a piece of rubber, something to stick in there to keep it from spinning, and then tighten this up, and it will push the pulley onto the shaft of the power steering pump, okay? Now, how far do I go? Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. So, you're going to go until it stops, but you want to go until the face of that pulley is flush with the face of that shaft, right? You see that right there? Well, no, you can't see that. See that? You want to go until the face of this pulley is flush with that shaft. Then you know that you're where you're supposed to be. A lot of people will go and say, oh, it's on there, and then the shaft will not be flush with the face of the pulley, and then their belt runs crooked, and then they don't know what's wrong, and that's the reason why. This thing is designed to push it completely flat, because that is flat. So once you get to where it's at, it can't go no further, okay? It can't go no further. But I get close, and then I look, and then I periodically check it, and then you want the face of the pulley to be flush with the face of the shaft of the thing. Now, this is the install tool. This one is the removal. right? Now, if we was gonna take this off, it's actually opposite. This right here fits into that groove like that, and the other one fits in the other side. So basically, what it does is it clams over the nipple of the power steering pump. You put this back on there where it makes it a whole shell. It actually goes into this little ring. You put the ring over it after you. Boy, this is hard doing this one-handed. So basically, this thing will be sitting on there like that right there. That ring, that outer ring will hold it on that. Then, same concept. This right here goes on the end right there. And then you tighten this up, and what that does is it pulls the pulley off of the shaft, okay? So this is an installer and a removal, okay? If you're gonna do this type of work, you need to have you one of these. And the part number for this is 57031. That's what you need. Like I said, you can buy them at AutoZone or you can rent them. But it's good to have them because if you're gonna do any type of work, Ford, GM, or Chrysler, you need one of these, okay? Next thing is, this is the AC pump or AC compressor. I got the decorative cover on it. I got the cover over the tensioner. I have thought about taking this back off and cleaning this up and actually painting this black. I don't know. It's kind of okay because you got a little bit of natural aluminum there, and then you got a little bit of natural aluminum there. So I guess it just kind of complements itself. I'll tell you something else, how this AC compressor goes on. You see these bolts, and you're like, how in the world did you get those bolts on? Holly did pretty good on this one. They did pretty good on this one. It took me, I'd have to go look at my book to see how long it took me to put this on there, but they did really, really good on this, okay? They actually slotted or keyed the bracket. And they actually keyed the bracket right there. So you go ahead and you run the bolt through the AC compressor, all right? And then you just drop it into the slot. And then this bolt here, you pull it back just a little bit. You pull it back just a little bit so the end of the threads can clear that slot. Then it drops down in the hole, and then you push it over, and then you take and you tighten it up. And I can't remember, I think it's a 13. Yep, it's a 13. Then you take a ratchet wrench, and you can get right here on the back side, and you tighten it up, right? So that worked out pretty good. That worked out pretty good. On all of this right here is the thermostat bypass hose. So this hose goes from here to the back of the water pump, and they have designed this thing where the filler neck or the bypass neck is behind the pump, so or behind it, hidden. So that's really nice. And they also include, what's up, Tulu? They also include the barbs in the kit. Okay, so I measured this hose. This is a 5/8 radiator hose. I measured this hose to get it where it needed to go, and then I put a little bit of lube on it. Nobody likes it dry. I put a little bit of lube on it, and I slid this part of the hose on first. I slid the bottom hose on first. Let me get this out. I slid the bottom hose on first. And then I slid these are shrink wrap hose clamps. And then I slid this on. I put a little lube on that nipple. I pulled the hose back. I stuck it on there, and I pushed it on there. The hose is not kinked. It has a good flow. And I actually put the writing on the side, so it's not on the top. I'm going to turn these gates clamps like this, where you can actually, I'm going to turn them like that so you don't see the writing. I'm just going to hide it a little bit like that. I'm not heat shrinking them right yet because I'm not ready. Also, this right here, Thread sealant, high temperature, 59214. This is Permatex. You can get this at AutoZone or get Loctite, 567. This right here is what I put on the threads of all the fittings. Now, these were already done from Blueprint, but this fitting right here, you put that on there, and then you screw it in there hand tight, and then you tighten it, and then when you get done, before that stuff dries, take a rag and kind of clean it up a little bit. You notice they didn't do it right there and it dries. It's just personal preference. So all of these fittings, you can put Teflon tape, but this right here, this thread sealant, is a whole lot better, okay? In my opinion, this is better, okay? If you want to use thread tape, make sure you put thread tape on the right way. You know, threads go in clockwise. You got to roll it counterclockwise. So when you roll it, it kind of stays in. Don't want to put it one. Y'all know. If you know, you know. So got thread sealant there. Here is the other. So you can actually put the radiator hose here for the heater coil, but they also supply a plug. I do not want the radiator hose going over the engine. So I'm glad that they put another connector here. So this came with the kit as well. I put thread sealant on that. I tightened that in there. I got that cut and tight. So now the radiator hose for the heater coil will come here and be hidden right there. All right. So that's that. This thing is only bolted in. It's only fastened here. The two holes for the water pump. And right there. And that's pretty much it. This is a really, really nice kit. I really like this. The harmonic balancer was ordered yesterday, so it should be here in the next day or two. I put the harmonic balancer on. There's also a harmonic balancer install tool. If you don't have one and you're going to do this kind of work, you need to get one. When you put the harmonic balancer on, you need to make sure you put a little bit of lube around the shank of the harmonic balancer, and you need to make sure you put a little bit of lube on this seal. You do not want to go in dry, okay? When you go in dry, you tear up shit, okay? Just bite them on the earlobe and put a little lube on it and push it on in. You hear what I'm saying? Just give it a little nibble. Push the harmonic balancer in. Once it gets to where it knows it makes to go, make sure you don't lose the key. The key is right there. Put that on there and then torque the bolt down, and then you're good to go. All right. Then I can adjust the tensioner. I can put the belt on, and then that kit is, what's up, Impala J? This is a really, really nice kit. And I know it's expensive. I know this front drive system, this mid-mount system is expensive. But let's just talk about what you get in the kit. You get a brand new water pump. You get a brand new AC compressor. You get a brand new high output alternator. You get a brand new power steering pump. You get a brand new tensioner. You get a belt and all the hardware to go with it. I know it's expensive. I know it's $1,800 and you're like, damn, Jay, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But look what you have. Look what you have. This is available for big blocks Chevrolet and small block Chevrolets. I'm sure they have it for Ford too, but I just know because I recently got exposed to this front drive system because I'm a Holley dealer. This right here is really, really nice. Because you think about it. You go buy an AC compressor, you're going to spend $500, $600, $700 for an AC compressor. You go buy an alternator, you're going to spend $300, $400 for an alternator. You go buy a power steering pump, you're going to spend at least $100, $200 for a power steering pump. You're going to go buy a water pump, you're going to spend a couple $100. You've already spent all that. Now, Holley has two versions. They have an aluminum version, which looks like this, or they have a black version. And now, you're probably going to say, well, what happens if my alternator goes out? I'm going to have to go and buy it from Holley. No. This is actually Corvette style. You can actually go to AutoZone. There's a part number, and you can actually buy a replacement alternator from AutoZone. But, again, it's going to look like a stock one, so it's going to look like this aluminum. So if you don't want the black version, just get the natural version. And then if your alternator ever goes out, you can go to AutoZone, O'Reilly's, CarQuest, and you can get your replacement alternator and put on there. Same thing with AC compressor. Same thing with a power steering pump. The water pump, on the LS water pumps, all you do is take these screws out and pull this head out and put a new head in. So this is the only thing. So this is the LS style there. Jay, to be honest with you, I'm actually new to these parts, so I can check and see in the next live. I can do an update, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that they do. Let's see right here. Let's see what it says. Let's see what this one fits. Let's see. So, well, it don't say in here. It don't say. I'll check on that, Jay. I'll check on that. The part number is 20-240. Then the next part number is 20-241, 20-242, 20-243. Comes in black and polished and natural, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see right here it says excuse me. I apologize once again. It's an LT1 style alternator, LT1 cartridge style water pump, a compact SD7 AC compressor, type 2 power steering pump with baffle, available for small blocks and big blocks. So I told you wrong. It's the LT1 style, not the LS. So correction. I apologize, Holly. Again, it's new. This is the very first one I have ever purchased and installed. So that's that. I did get a thermostat housing yesterday. I'm not real big on chrome, but it is what it is. It kind of goes with this a little bit. We've got new valve covers ordered. I don't know which one he ordered. I give him an option. He's probably watching this video eventually. I give him an option on 3 different types of black ones. I give him an option on a black set that has the raised, polished, or brushed fins with the matching breather. I give him a set black that had Chevrolet inscribed in it with the matching breather. And then I give him a set that had just black with no stamps and a cover. So I don't know which one he ordered. So I don't know which one he ordered on that. We'll just have to see when he gets here, right? That's that. I got the starter put in. I just stuck the shims all in it because I don't know what shims I'm going to need. Once I get this thing on the engine stand, the startup stand, then I can put the automatic flywheel on. I can do all that, and then I can shim the teeth on the starter into the gear, the flywheel, to make sure it's good, or the flex plate. I'll get a flex plate for an automatic because this car has an automatic. Put the flex plate on it, then I'll put the starter on there, and then I'll show y'all how to gauge the starter wheel into the flywheel to make sure it's meshing good. And then we'll go from there. The second thing is, what's up, 87? The second thing is, got that ordered. Also got the oil filter. I don't know if you missed it, but if you can get to the oil filter on a small block, if you can fill up your oil filter before you put it on the car, this oil filter held 1 quart of oil. Almost a whole quart. So you think about this. You change the oil, let's say 87 changed the oil in Mistress, right? He changes the oil in Mistress because he got a small block. He changes the oil in Mistress and he puts the oil filter up dry. And he probably knows this. Put the oil filter up dry. He puts a little bit of lube on the seal and he puts it up there. Then he puts, let's say he's got a 5-quart oil pan and he puts 5 quarts in he puts 5 quarts in, right? He checks the dipstick. He's got 5 quarts. He bumps the starter. He cranks it up. He lets it run a little bit. He cuts it off and he checks it and he's 3/4 of a quart load. And he's like, man, what in the world went on? 3/4 of the quart is in this oil filter. So then you got to add more oil. And I'm sure 87 knows this. I was just using him as an example because he has a small block. If you can get to the oil filter without making a mess, at least if you can fill it all the way up to about right there, fill it up. Lube the gasket. Make sure the gasket's not, the old gasket's not on the face of that block. Make sure your block's clean. Put it up there and screw it up there and hand tight it and then just snug it and then you're good to go. See? Holds about a quart. Yeah, this one right here, this one right there, it held about 28 ounces. This one right here held about 28 ounces. So that just helps not at starving for oil. I mean, you don't have to. It's just personal preference. I've always been taught to try to fill the oil filter up if you can before that. So that's that. So I got the plugs ordered. We got the headers ordered. The gaskets ordered. Right now I'm putting the braking in oil in. I've been doing that this morning. Let me set this down so I can do that. So, yeah, we're doing that. Like I said, I'm putting in the braking in oil. And I told you guys wrong. Hold on. I told you guys wrong, and I want to putting that blue stuff in there. Put Papa Smurf in there. Yes, sir. Come on now. Come on. I told you guys wrong. I told you guys wrong, and I want to apologize. I thought this was a 383 stroker. I've said it in a bunch of the videos. I thought he purchased a 383 stroker. He did not. But what he did purchase, he purchased a 350 high performance, right? And I got the numbers right here. Here's the dyno sheet, right? Here's the dyno sheet. 436 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque. It is a hydraulic roller. So, 436 horsepower, 369 horsepower, or 369 foot-pounds of torque. That's what this little thing makes. That is going to be a fun little car, fun little drive in this 63 Impala lowrider. It's going to be so nice. Again, I misspoke. I thought it was a 383 stroker. I don't, because, you know, everybody orders stuff from Blueprint 383. And this one is actually, the part number on this one is actually, what is the part number on this? It is, this is how I know. Yeah, I know, Tulu, right? 300, and it's a hydraulic rotor, 436 horsepower. So this is how I know, because when I went to go put the harmonic balancer on, it don't have a harmonic balancer. So I called Blueprint and I said, hey, look, I didn't get a harmonic balancer. And the lady said, no, that's extra. I said, so I can just go to the parts store. I said, since this is a 383, I need a different harmonic balancer. And she said, what's the part number and the serial number? I said, hold on a second, I'll get it to you. So right here is the part number. Bravo Paul 350 Charlie Tango Foxtrot. And I seen 350 and I went, oh. And then I give her the part number. She said, that is our 350 high performance engine. You need this harmonic balancer. And I said, I thought it was a 383. She said, no, sir, that's a 350, our high performance. Hydraulic roller, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, okay. So I was running on bad information. So I want to make a correction. This is a Bravo Paul 350 Charlie Tango Foxtrot. This is the engine right here. And I'm like, okay. So then I got in the packet and I got to looking. Here's the dyno sheet where they dynoed the engine. 436 horsepower. Right there. Look, it's right there. It's on the paper. 436 $369. She gonna be a little vroom, vroom. And look, check this out too. This is something else cool. This is something else cool. Look here. Besides me throwing it on the floor. Yeah. Right there. Complete automotive engines. 30 months or 50,000 miles, parts and labor. Man, you cannot beat that right there, man. You cannot beat that. Yeah, 87. Look, it's going to be a fun little car. Well, I mean, an Impala is not little, but you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be nice. And it's fuel injected. Sniper 2 for the win. Yes. Sniper 2 for the win. Yeah, see, it has the new Sniper 2 system. Like, it's got the new Sniper 2, like Mistress. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this little thing. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a nice one. So if anybody was interested in the front drive system, I know 87 been eyeballing one for Mistress. I know he been eyeballing one for Mistress. Or it might be for something else. I don't know. Well, I don't like that. Putting the braking in oil in. So, like I said, I got the, she thirsty. So when we got the kit, with all the braking in oil and the engine oil. The engine oil is conventional, 10W30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 quarts. The braking in oil is 30 weight, and go from there. So won't be too long. Be able to fire this thing up once I get the stand here. Here is the pulley for the crank. So when I get the harmonic balancer, I can put it on. Also, here, hey, 87, I'm glad you're here. Here's those heat shrinks. So once I know that, I mean, this right here is the bypass hose. I'll take my heat gun, however I want to get these clocked, because I'll clock these the same way. Wow, crap. I got to fix it. Look at her, I got it backwards. This one says, that one you can read the words. On that one, it's upside down. So I got to flip that one around. My OCD won't let me do it. So I have to take this back off. Just take this hose off, turn it around so they both read the same. We might do it like that, made in the USA. We might do it that way. Then I'll take the heat gun and I'll heat them up and we'll go from there. And then that is these are the hose clamps instead of using the other ones. I think they'll look good on Mistress 87. I think they'll look good on Mistress. You'll clean up your hoses. I think they'll look good. Clean them up, or whichever one you're doing, Kiki or the G-body, whichever one. But I got to fix that. I got to take this one and flip it. It's upside down. See that? I can't deal with that. I can't deal with it. So that's what I got. And we don't need a fuel pump. So it's got the block off because it's got fuel injection. Everything came with the kit, wherever she's at. Oh, it's over there. Pretty much everything is self-contained. So here's the stuff for the Holly system. It's pretty much, this is it right here. You got that, you got the handheld, you got the O2 sensor, and all right, so look, check this. I guess this right here, let me turn this around so I can show you. So I guess what they did, for if you don't know how to weld, I'm taking that this is what this is. So you don't know how to weld, they give you that's what it is. They give you 2 band clamps. These are stainless, So make sure you put anti-seize on these threads, all right? If you're using anything with aluminum or stainless, put anti-seize on it. So they give you two band clamps, and they give you this, and they give you the ceramic gasket. You drill your hole into your exhaust, put that on there. These band clamps go just like that. They're slotted. See those little key things right there? Non-welders. You put that on there like that, and then you clamp it down, and that seals that, and then your O2 sensor screws into that. Also, you need to put anti-seize. Well, look at her. They got anti-seize already on it, so they know. Make sure you got anti-seize on those threads when you screw your O2 sensor in. So when you go to take it out, you're not cussing everybody to get it out. Keep your cover on your O2 sensor. Just keep the dirt and grime out of it. But I'm not going to use this. So I'll just put this back in the bag. So I'll get an O2 sensor bung, and I'll, cause I'm gonna build an exhaust for this car too. So I'll probably either MIG or TIG it together, and it go from there. Here's the plug, and then here's the harness, or here's the controller. That's pretty much it. I mean, oh yeah, here's something else. Here is the harness pigtail for the alternator terminal. So here is the terminal for the alternator, which actually has the wiring diagram, which you can wire it back up. So it goes from a one wire, the way I read, you'll be able to plug this up and you can wire it up to the stock wiring harness in the car or the truck. And this little plug will let the alternator work the way it's supposed to work. So that came with the kit too. So that's good to go. So if anybody wants to know, here's those clamps, 8461. They're heat shrink hose clamps. Okay. Actually Banks is who makes them. Yeah, Banks is who makes them. Yeah, or Gates is who makes them. Elderbrock sells them because Elderbrock owns Gates. But they're gate clamps. So this one right here actually goes from 5/8 all the way up to 1 1/16. So that's why I was telling you, you have to measure your hose. So this is a 5/8 hose. So these clamps here go from 5/8, or they go from 1 1/16 all the way down to 5/8. So since this hose is 5/8, once I put that on there, it'll shrink wrap all the way down to 5/8. So that's good to go. Any questions? I did talk to Bill yesterday. He told me that his hood landed. I did watch the video. It turned out nice hood. I tell you what, boy, he says 87 yesterday on the phone. He told me 87 was applying pressure. He said 87 SS was applying pressure. Good pressure, though. Good pressure. He told me yesterday on the phone, and I'm going to say it. He didn't tell me I couldn't say it, so I'm going to tell it. He said yesterday to me on the phone that 87 was applying good pressure. And he was actually glad that 87 was adding good pressure. Because everybody around there where Bilt's at, when I first met Bilt was calling out all them boys over there. Lee County, Ray, Maurice, all of them. He'd call all them boys out. He'd call them all out. He'd call all of them out and shut them down. They used to come to Bilt's house all the time. They used to go over there. They used to be talking, cackalacky, and then Bilt, what was Bilt building? He was working on, what was he working on? Armstrong, baby girl, something, and he would call them out. He'd call them out, and they just shut him down, man. He shut them down. Hey, I witnessed it firsthand, just shut them down. They quit coming over there. They quit helping him. I'm sure they still help him a little bit, I guess, but they not on camera like they always say. And Bill to tell them, Bill knows them, and he'll say, man, but Bill yesterday he told me from his lips to God's ears to my ears, he said that 87 was applying pressure, good pressure. Hey, 87, he told me this right here. He told me, he says, y'all better watch out, because if 87 had a garage or a shop that he could get in, he'd be applying major pressure. He said, look what that man be doing in the backyard back there in the grass. All that attention to detail, every bit in there, under with the toothbrush and this and that, whatever. And then he said, the reason why he's like that is because we Navy boys. We Navy boys. He said he got that discipline, got that attention to detail. You're in there cleaning that bright work. Yeah. So, 87, if you didn't know, Bill gave you an attaboy yesterday on the phone. We talked for about an hour. We talked about an hour and 15 minutes. Hour, I don't know, pretty good. Somewhere around in there. Yeah, 87. Yeah, Tulu doing good too. If y'all not a member on Tulu's page, you know, go watch. He's trying to diagnose his starter drag issue. And the guy that came over there to help him, Unc, I don't know what his real name is, Unc. He a beefy boy, I tell you that. He might be a little bit hard to handle. You might have to eat you 2 mighty meals if you grabbed a hold of him. He pretty thick. But he was over there showing him little tricks on the grounds, on trying to see if he got bad grounds and stuff like that. So LS's and bad grounds are a nightmare. Yeah, hey, look, we all started somewhere, Tulu. We all started Tulu. Hey, you know one thing about them big boys? I tell you something about them big boys. Some of them can't run. So if you can't breathe, you can't fight. I'm just saying. Most of them I encountered. If big boys, you outrun them, you run them down a little bit, they get the breathing, that car. You can't breathe, you can't fight. I promise you. And then if they can breathe, if they can got a little bit of cardio on them, if you give them that little jab, just that little, just right there. Don't hit the goozle. Don't hit the goozle. Right there. Right there underneath the bottom of the chin, or right there. You hit them right there, just poof. They start gasping for air. It's like, man, what's up, dog? Come on, man, what's wrong? Come on, get up. I'm just saying, nah. But that is a good thing. He's showing Tulu tricks, how to diagnose stuff, and that's good. That's good, Tulu. He seems like that's like my 8 o'clock message this morning. If your circle is not motivating you and trying to get you to upgrade yourself, talking about business and networking and stuff like that, and if you can't increase your networking to increase your net worth, why are you even doing it? I'm a big boy, but don't let me fool you. I know 87. I know 87. I'm just saying, most. I didn't say all, I said most. That's why I said some of them can run. Some of them big boys can run. And if they can run, then you got to get that goozle. So, but yeah, everybody, look, I know we had a little bad stint here, a little bit of riff or going on, a little ripple, but that's okay. We passed that. But back to 87. Yeah, I took that from the video. I actually listened to it going to the store and coming back. I listened to these earbuds going up the road. But 87, yeah, Bill was giving you attaboys last night. I told him, I said, he get that frame welded up over there on that, he get that frame welded up on the driver's side where that power steering pump's at. He get that welded up nice and tight, get all that fixed. Then when he puts that Alden American suspension on there, he's already got the bottom of the truck painted. He's got the bottom of the bed painted. He does all that. Kiki gonna be fire, boy. Kiki gonna be fire. I just had to let you know. What's up, John? What's up, John Buchanan? Yeah, so 87, Bill gave you an attaboy yesterday on the phone. He said that you was applying good pressure to him. He said that now, this is what he said. He said you were applying good pressure to him to make him do better than what he has been doing. So you are pushing him to do better. So that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when people we mentor, like, it's pretty cool when people we look up to flip the script and tell us that we're applying pressure to motivate them to make them better. So I've had people that I've met over the years and, you know, that I looked up to and you know, just very, very respected their opinion and stuff. And then when you rattle their cages enough and then they turn around and give you an attaboy and say you're applying pressure and you're doing something, that is a pat on the back. So no matter what happens today, 87, pat yourself on the back. Because that right there is that's good. That's good. That's good. When people we look up to notice us and say, you're doing a good job, keep it up. Because at the end of the day, man, look, honestly, at the end of the day, we want the people coming up under us to be better than us. That's how you make whatever game you're in, car game, computer game, mechanical, whatever you're in, you want the people coming up under you to be better than you. Like when I taught at the college, everybody's like, man, I want to be just like you. And I'm like, no, you don't. You want to be better than me. Just like my kids, I want them to be better than me. I want everybody that watches my channel, I appreciate every single one of you. You motivate me. You motivate me. But at the end of the day, I want you to be better than me. Because if you put that kind of pressure on me, that makes me want to do better on me, to do better, to strive better and not be mediocre. Now, if people want to be mediocre and go through life and just pop that bitch in neutral and just cruise, hey, that's okay too. If that makes you happy, do it. If that tickles your fancy, do it. You know what tickles my fancy? That tickles my fancy. So, what's up, Big Fish? Yeah, so Big Fish is doing good too. He's doing good. So if y'all don't see Big Fish's stuff, y'all need to cruise on over to Big Fish 8 and check out his build. He's just about to wrap it up. Motivation. Look, motivation. Now, if somebody out there calls you out for real, like for reals, we can go there too. But then it starts getting ugly. But it is what it is. I'm just going to sit back and relax and build my own stuff. And if somebody calls me out for real, like for real, I think 84 Cuddy's I think he got a hold of his YouTube page the other week. Got to drinking that sauce, that water got on there. I think it was that that was throwing all that shade. I don't think it was 84 Cuddy. Hey, I have to tell you this. What do you want to tell me? My ankle's killing me. My ankle's still hurting, fellas. I got that son gun wrapped. What you gonna tell me, big fish? Check out these tape measures. Got just a few more minutes and I'm gonna hop off here. Went 45 minutes. Hey, I have to tell you. What you want to tell me? Because I got a few more things I want to do on this small block, and then I'm going to put this new pedal in on the 68. I'm going to get the new pedal in. I had a 392 call out on my big old crew cab F-150 the other week. I drug him. That's all right there. Not like old plow. Not old dirt, not old turning plow. Hey, yeah, I got it too. I got to get off here too. I just wanted to jump in, tell everybody about this front drive system. If anybody's interested in anything from Holley, let me know. Let me know. Hey, 87, if you want a 2-inch cow for Kiki, holler at me. If you want a 2-inch cow for Kiki, holler at me, 87. A 2-inch cow, holler at me. Kiki got to have a cow now. JT got a cow. Kiki got to have a cow. He didn't know that I had. Oh, yeah. I bet his feelings got hurt. I bet his feelings got hurt. All right, boys and girls. I appreciate you. Remember what I said, boys and girls. I appreciate every single one. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit the thumbs up. Support those who support you. And remember what I said. Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace, some chin grease. I will, Jay. I'll let you know.